Sa ngalan po ng ating mga kasamahan sa Konsulado Panlahat ng Republika ng Pilipinas dito sa New York, binabati po namin ang ating mga kababayan dito sa Hilagang Silangan ng Estados Unidos ng isang makabuluhang Pasko at mapagpalayang bagong taon.
Si Central Alba, taga Godinez, New Jersey. Maligayang Pasko sa inyong lahat. Salamat.
Hello, my name is Tanae. Taga Manhattan ako. At ang wish ko for Christmas is that maging white Christmas this year at malusog ang pamilya ko at maligaya.
Hello everyone, it's Carmen Antonio from West Covina, California, mother and grandmother, with a simple wish that every heart be filled with love, joy, and peace, not only this Christmas, but at every moment of every day and in all the years. Maligayang Pasko!
Hi, my name is Isaiah Dean, and this is our dog Coffee. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I wish the viewers of Talk of the Town a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. To my family in the Philippines and in the States, I hope to see you soon.
Kumusta? Ako si Caitlin. Nakitira ako sa Morris Park sa Bronx.
And ako si Enrico. Nakitira ako sa Yonkers.
At ang hiling ko sa Pasko ay kasiyahan at kalusugan sa aking buong pamilya.
And for my Christmas wish, I wish for world peace and for every family out there to be safe and healthy, especially during these times.
Yes. Maligayang Pasko!
Christmas is built upon a beautiful and intentional paradox that the birth of the homeless should be celebrated in every home. This paradox is from the early 1900s English writer G.K. Chesterton. Now here's another paradox in our midst. Despite the anxieties and pain brought about by almost 2 years of the pandemic, this Christmas presents an opportunity for hope and joy. For Christmas is and always will be a season of hope. To quote Desiderata, with all its broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Strive to be happy. For this Talk of the Town Christmas 2021 episode, let's talk about what it is that makes you hopeful in the coming year. Here are your hosts, Godinez and Martinez.
Hello. Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the globe. This is Martinez, once again with another episode of Talk of the Town. You know, the holidays are upon us, and in a couple of days, we will be celebrating Christmas. And boy, what a full-packed holiday episode we have for all of you. 2 words, harmony and humor. I am sure you, our viewers, will get into the spirit of the holidays with our guests tonight. And for this episode, Talk of the Town is also getting into the spirit of giving. You could be the lucky one who will get tonight's giveaway, an Amazon Fire HD tablet. Wow! Just write your Christmas. Hey, I lost my camera.
Hello, Nair!
Yeah, I got the camera. Hold on.
To bring, Pasko ng Pag-asa, it's a season of hope for everybody. And actually, on that note, I would like to mention that the latest news from back home was that Typhoon Odette hit the Visayas. And in this season of hope, we'd like to remind our friends and family back home, especially in the Visayas region, which was badly hit by the typhoon, that you are in our hearts and in our thoughts. Sa atong mga kaigsuunan dito sa Kabisayan, naamos una-una, let us know how we can support you as you deal with this terrible calamity. And on that note, Nair has mentioned that we are currently in a spirit of giving. We will be giving out a tablet, HD tablet, during the show. And we're moving on to our holiday greetings and wishes from dozens of viewers all over, from Canada, California, and all the way from the Philippines. So tugtugan at tawanan po ang tema natin ngayon. We are happy to bring you musical performances from our communities. Abangan ninyo nga pala mamaya ang inyong paboritong traditional politician from the Lakas Tama Party, si Congressman Manik Manaog. So, huwag niyo ho kaming iwanan, na darating po siya mamaya. At bago po tayo mag-awit-tawanan, balitaan po muna. Here's the latest news from the Philippines and in our Filipino communities in America with Philippine Daily Mirror Executive Editor Ricky Rillera.
Good evening. The New York City Council passed the bill Intro 1867, also known as Our City, Our Vote, that would allow green card holders, residents with work permits, and DACA recipients to vote in the municipal elections in 2023, provided they have lived in New York City for at least 30 days before an election. The bill passed with 33 votes in favor, 14 votes against, and 2 abstentions. Mayor Bill de Blasio has yet to sign Intro 1867 into law. New data collected by the New York Police Department revealed that hate crimes in New York City have spiked across the 5 boroughs from January 2021 to December 5. Overall, there were 503 reported crimes this year, up from 252 in 2020, a 100% increase. NYPD Chief of Detectives James Essig said they've made 249 arrests in connection with those incidents. Police say the spike has been driven by crimes against the Asian community, where there's been a 361% increase, 129 incidents this year compared to 28 reported last year. According to NYPD, these incidents are done by the hateful and mentally ill. In the Philippines Supreme Court ruled that parts of the controversial Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020 were unconstitutional. 12 of the 15 justices voted to strike out the line in Section 4E, which says public protest, dissent, work stoppages, and other exercises of political rights would not be considered acts of terrorism if these are not intended to cause death or serious physical harm, or to create a serious risk to public safety. They said the qualifying conditions were overbroad and violative of freedom of expression. 9 justices also declared that Section 25 of the law was unconstitutional for the Anti-Terrorism Council to designate people and groups based on the request of other countries or international organizations. The Quezon City Trial Branch 105 has issued a certification on Thursday, December 9, that there was no record in the court's possession showing that former Senator Bongbong Marcos, a presidential candidate in 2022 elections, has satisfied its order for him to settle his tax deficiencies and pay the appropriate fine as punishment. The RTC found him guilty of tax evasion in 1995. The court's officer in charge, Rowena Santo Tomas Bacud, also said the court had no record regarding the quote entry in the criminal docket of its ruling and the subsequent decision of the Court of Appeals that affirmed with modification Marcos' conviction. Marcos had previously claimed compliance with his court sentence. Marcos' spokesperson Victor Rodriguez said, quote, "We have complied and we are very confident with our answer as submitted to the Commission on Elections," unquote. Chris, Nair?
Hey guys, I'm AJ. I'm from Woodside, Queens, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to all my Filipinos out there. My Christmas wish is for Cardi to drop a whole lot of Red Deluxe because it's been way too long. Alright, catch you guys later.
Kamusta po? Ako po si Erica, taga Connecticut po ako. Ang Christmas wish ko po ay for world peace and good grades for next semester.
Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Dimolanda from Baguio City. My wish for everyone this Christmas is for our hearts to be filled with radical love. Love for our families, love for our country, love for the world, love for humanity. A blessed Christmas, one and all.
Hi, my name is Aiden Tong. I'm from Edgewater, New Jersey, originally from Bicol, and gusto ko lang batiin lahat ng mga Pilipino na maligayang Pasko at kahit man malayo tayo sa iba nating mga kapamilya, sana maramdaman pa rin natin ang pagmamahal ng bawat isa.
Thank you very much to our greeters and of course to Ricky Rillera for those wonderful news at Balitaan. And we are back. And as we told you earlier, our episode tonight is harmony and humor and of course talent. And we'd like to introduce to you our first, our opening salvo. Since October 1992, the New Jersey-based UP alumni and friends Rondalia have been performing a wide range of musical pieces from folk songs to symphonic arrangements of beloved Philippine condiments, Broadway, classical, religious, popular tunes, and well-known melodies from around the world. Bringing you a song regarded as the Philippines' version of Silent Night, a song inspired by the ending of the World War II, is composed by national artist Felipe De Leon and lyrics by Brigido Batumbacao. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the UP alumni and friends Rondalia with Payapang Daigdig.
O kung gusto po ninyong panalunan yung Amazon HD tablet, just put your comments and greetings in our streaming page. Yes, in the comment section, please. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. Next up is a Filipino-American choral group based in Queens, New York, with a mission of service, inspiration, and dedication to those in need. In December 2019, the Christmas before the pandemic hit, the Voices of Friendship was the first Filipino-American choral group to sing at the iconic Rockefeller Christmas tree in New York City. Here, with one of the most beloved OPM Christmas songs from the Apo Hiking Society, please welcome the Voices of Friendship singers with Tuloy na Tuloy Pa Rin ang Pasko.
Bakit kaya tuwing Pasko ay dumarating na ang bawat isa'y para bang namumrabelang di mo alam ang regalong ibibigay gayong kahirap na nitong ating buhay. Kayang karoling at Noche Buena, ang bawat isa'y ay kapos at wala ng pera. Nakakahiya kung muling pagtaguan mo ang iyong hinahanap sa araw ng Pasko. Ngunit kahit na anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana ay maghari. Sapat lang si Jesus ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Bakit kaya tuwing Pasko ay dumarating na ang bawat isa'y para bang namumrabelang di mo alam ang regalong ibibigay gayong kahirap na itong ating buhay. Mabuti pa nga ang Pasko noong isang taon. Sa ating hapag ay mayroong keso de bola, hamon, magkasagipit patinuhin, mapupuspon. At ang hamon ay mauwi sa baguhan. Ngunit kahit na anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana ay maghari. Sapat lang si Jesus ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Ngunit kahit na anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana ay maghari. Sapat lang si Jesus ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Kahit na anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana ay maghari. Sapat lang si Jesus na sa puso mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin, 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 ang Pasko.
Oh, yan ha. Walang atrasan na po. Alam nyo, kung kailangan magpakabait kayo kasi si Santa Claus baka magalit sa inyo tulad ng nangyari sa akin kanina. Narutahan niya ako. But anyway, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko, no? But that because it's the season of hope. But stay with us. Get something warm to drink and enjoy the music because we will eventually cap it off with laughs. Congressman Manhik Manaog delivers his holiday message later. We also had the stars of Philippine theater joining us for a special holiday rendition, Miss Sheila Valderrama Martinez and Lawrence Martinez. Abangan niyo po sila mamayang konti. And speaking of things to look forward to, here is our own attorney, Chris Godinez, with news on caregiver immigration.
This is Immigration Troubles, Immigration Solutions, ITIS It Is, with attorney Chris Godinez.
The good news is that Filipino caregivers wishing to immigrate to the U.S. do not need to wait for years to start their visa application at this time. With a national shortage of caregivers expected to reach over 150,000 in less than 10 years, U.S. employers are seriously considering foreign caregiver recruitment for elderly care. More Americans prefer in-home care because it is safer and less expensive. This makes sponsoring a caregiver for a green card an attractive option. For the past few years, the visa wait times for professional immigrant workers like caregivers had been getting shorter. Visa backlogs for this category typically stretch to 5 years because the visa demand exceeded the annual visa quota. Since the fiscal year began in October, there has been no visa backlog for most applicants in this category, including those who were born in the Philippines. Caregiver immigration requires submitting a labor certification case to the U.S. Department of Labor, a step that includes conducting local recruitment in good faith to ascertain that there is no willing, qualified, and available U.S. worker for the offered caregiver position. The U.S. sponsor will also need to show the financial ability to pay the prevailing wage when it files the sponsorship papers with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The caregiver, on the other hand, must possess the education, experience, or training required for the offered position in the U.S. When the U.S. sponsor's immigrant worker petition for the caregiver is approved, the caregiver may proceed with applying for an immigrant visa at the U.S. Embassy abroad. If the caregiver is in the U.S. and has properly maintained his or her visa status, she may be allowed to apply for a green card while in the U.S. Visas for non-professional workers have become increasingly available since 2019. While this rare trend is expected to continue, there is no guarantee that it will remain for good. Visa availability generally changes every month and depends on the date the green card case begins. This means it is important for the U.S. employer to start the green card sponsorship for the caregiver as soon as possible. The sooner the green card start date, also called the priority date, is locked in, the better protected the case will be from future visa backlogs. For more caregiver, nurse, physical therapist, or other health worker green card information, visit www.CristinaGodinez.com. Email your immigration questions or topic suggestions to Attorney Chris at chris@PinoyLife.net. On our next episode, join us as we will take a closer look at fiancé visas.
Okay, thank you very much, Chris Godinez. That was quite informative. With more Americans opting to spend their twilight years in their own homes, the prospect for caregiver sponsorship is very, very good. Chris will talk about whether love is in the green cards in our next episode about fiancé visas. Next up, it's a group of singers based in Union Township, New Jersey, who have been holding back-to-back concerts for the benefit of local churches and kababayans back home who have been hit by typhoons and earthquakes. Here are the Bayanihan singers with the Lucio San Pedro composition, Simbang Gabi.
What is up, guys? Maligayang Pasko to everyone watching. My name is Earl Garmelinda In. I'm originally from the YO, Yonkers, New York. And I'd say my two wishes for Christmas this year are one for the New York Knicks to reach the NBA playoffs this year. And my second wish is a more simple one. It's just that I really wish everyone can find the motivation and energy to reach all their personal and professional goals over this next year. These past few years have been really hard for everyone, and I hope that going into the holiday season, going into 2022, everyone can get the fresh boost of energy that they need. Peace!
Hi, I'm Connie Reyes Chanrasmi from Tampa, Florida. I don't need a lot of things this Christmas. All I wish for is that 2022 will be a better year for all of us. I wish all my family and friends to be safe and healthy, and let's continue to spread love and support each other. Don't let the pandemic spoil the fun. Enjoy the holidays with everyone. Merry Christmas to all.
Kumusta ka? Ako si Emma. Nakatira ako sa Long Island. My one Christmas wish this Christmas is just for my friends and family to be happy and healthy during this pandemic.
Kamusta po? Ako si Kevin. Nakatira ako sa Dumont, New Jersey. For Christmas, I want everyone to enjoy a nice Krisipata with their family and friends, and everyone to be safe and healthy. Happy holidays!
You know, ladies and gentlemen, shortly before summer ended, Hurricane Ida hit the East Coast, causing flash floods in Metro New York and leaving many homeless in its wake. Among them was the Children's Orchestra Society, an organization dedicated to the development of musically talented children and teens, most of whom come from immigrant families. We had the chance to talk to its musical director, Maestro Michael Dadap, about how the COS is coping after losing so much during the storm, and how you can help this group get back on its feet so the children can keep the music playing. Here's an excerpt of that talk and the COS rendition of America the Beautiful. Okay, we have tonight Maestro Michael Dadap. He will talk to us about the Children's Orchestra Society. And we start off by having Maestro Dadap talk to us about how the Children's Orchestra Society started in New York.
First of all, una-una salamat at na-imbitan niyo ako sa pagkakataong ito. I came to New York in the 70s, 71, and to study music at Manny School of Music and later on at Juilliard. The Children's Orchestra actually started about in 1960 when my Dr. H.T. Ma, the father of Yo-Yo Ma, had a children's orchestra in New York City. Then, sometime in the 70s and the late 70s, 1980s, 1981, I met his daughter who later we get married. His name is Yu Ching Ma. Yeah. And we talk about our dreams and our aspirations. And so we both have the same aspirations that it's important to build, to have children, educate children music. So she asked me point blank, what do you intend to do when, is it career or family? I said, family, of course. What about your career as a concert artist? And then I told her frankly, I will just not concertage anymore for a while. I'd like to build an orchestra of children. And she said, wow, my father has an orchestra that is dormant, had been dormant for 7 years. So that became our common purpose, other than our commitment to each other. So when we moved to Queens, we restarted the orchestra in 1984 after our first child was born.
Dr. Ma is a trained pediatrician, right? She graduated from Harvard and she still has this love for music. There's this clip of her and her brother Yo-Yo Ma performing before President John F. Kennedy. And I was just wondering, this seems to be the perfect merger of her love for children and music. So I was just wondering, can you tell me about any specific instances when you feel that I'm sure with a long storied history, you feel you have accomplished your goals with the Children's Orchestra Society?
question, how many children have we
Yeah.
about easily about in the thousands, because
Wow.
we started in 1984. We had about 13 kids, and then
Right.
it grew to 35, and they go to 75, then become 100 and more. And it keeps on growing, and every year there are new members. Since 1984, that's about how many years ago? No, so 35 some years ago. That's how long it's been that the orchestra was under our wings, with myself in the artistic and music department, and Yu Cheng on the executive director, and she does all the major decisions. I dream, and she is the one who make the dream realize. So
Can you tell me about any students who came back to you? I mean, over the years, who came back to you and said, you know what, the Children's Orchestra Society made a big difference in my life. Can you tell me share any stories about that?
To answer that question very clearly, a lot of our faculty members now are alumni of the Children's Orchestra.
Oh, yes.
They become professional musicians. They graduate in Juilliard School, Manhattan School, Manes, Conservative San Francisco. And when they look for a job to teach, they come to me and said that Tito Michael, for the Filipinos, he called me Tito Michael anyway. I like the way they teach because they love children too. So we hired them, and most of our faculty members are alumni of the orchestra.
Wow. The past year has been very challenging for everybody because of the pandemic. We're still dealing with it now. In our area in particular, we've been hit by big storms. Hurricane Ida hit New York and New Jersey badly. A lot of people suffered casualties. Tell me what happened to your facility, to the school.
Yes, in fact, sad to say, we were the epicenter of the Hurricane Ida. We were our entire basement, about close to 6 feet of water covered the entire basement. It was like a swimming pool. And imagine this, the original studio and teaching headquarters and offices and library of the children's orchestra, and my recording studio where all children are recording for auditions and application to colleges and all that stuff were completely wiped out, including our 2 grand pianos, and nothing was spared, including my precious collection of Philippine bandurias and instruments, guitars, violins, cellos. Nothing was spared because the water rose up to close to the roof of our basement. That Ida typhoon really destroyed original home of the children's orchestra. Because that's where we started, in this basement. That's where we started.
That's really the place where everything began.
Yes, right. That's where we started in 1984. I remember my wife. Everybody calls her Dr. Ma. I call her Dr. Ma wife. So, Yu Cheng told me that this better works because she gave me a check of $1,500 to put in the bracket. This is our capital money for the orchestra to start. It's just enough to. Now this is our mortgage money. So this better work. So we started in that manner. It really just a matter of a lot of hope that it will work, and a lot of faith. And then we started with 13 children in the basement, in that basement, and then word of mouth came out, and then we became more than 13, as it grew, until we couldn't accommodate anymore sa basement namin. So we have to move from a different rehearsal. We went to churches, we went to Queen's College, we went to synagogues, and whatever we can go, we were like nomads, So
with the Hurricane Ida damage, did you have to stop classes?
Well,
or did you move it to other locations?
Two answers to that question. It's a good question. The classes were ongoing because we just are about to start the semester, September, right? But we have a new location now for our rehearsing in Syosset, Long Island. Okay. It's in a church. Before we start, everything that we had, the materials were destroyed completely. We have to start from scratch again.
Maestro, I just find it, because our show is focused on the Filipino American community, and all of us are migrants. And you, your wife, and the way I understand it, are immigrants to the United States. And you live in a community that is known for its diversity. Queens is the most diverse county in the United States. Can you tell me, is the student composition, are they mostly immigrants as well?
Yes. In fact, those are our strongest number of members of the orchestras. Some are new immigrants. We have actually immigrants. I just auditioned yesterday. A violist from China. That's 15-year-old. Amazing, you know. Most of our members are Chinese, Koreans, Filipinos, Indians, African Americans, white Americans. So it's very integrated.
Right.
It's a very,
So, Maestro Dadap, can you tell us about upcoming projects that we can look out for, or concerts?
First, on January 15, early next year, we will have our winter concert moved to that date because wala nga availability because of the pandemic. So we're able to get the Adelphi University Concert Hall on January 15. That shows all the orchestras of our program. In May, we will be performing at Lincoln Center in Alice Dally Hall. I would love for you to go there. You're all invited. Sa Lincoln Center, that will be showcasing our most advanced orchestra.
I just would like to ask our audience to express its support for music, supporting also the Children's Society Orchestra. So I was wondering if you can call on our audience and send a message, a Christmas message, and of love, music, hope, and harmony. Speak on behalf of the Children's Orchestra Society, Maestro. So go ahead.
On behalf of the Children's Orchestra Society, we fondly call it COS. We wish you a very happy holiday and successful, healthy New Year. I hope that our music will bring you joy and peace and comfort, because we all need it. The support that we got from you is tremendously appreciated. And you have no idea that the entire Filipino community rallied to support the orchestra. And this was a Consul General came to my house and visited, and together with Mrs. Loida Nicolas Lewis, Consul General Elmer Gato provided us a space to raise money to help the orchestra. And that's why we're so grateful. Talagang taos-puso akong naghahandog ng aking pasasalamat. And I hope we can do it through music.
Yes, at may pamasko din po kayo sa amin ngayong gabi dahil may performance po ang mga bata ng Children's Orchestra Society na ipe-present po natin ngayong gabi sa Talk of the Town. With that, we'd like to thank Maestro Dadap for visiting us tonight and for the presentation of the Children's Orchestra Society. Music really brings us together. Salamat po, Maestro Dadap. Huwag natin kalimutang suportahan ang Children's Orchestra Society.
Thank you. Salamat.
Armin from Queens in New York. Last year, I wished for the vaccine, but this year, I wish that everyone gets vaccinated and boosted. Good health and happy holidays. Bye!
Ako si Brian and Tom, Daga Yonkers ako. This Christmas, I wish for the safety of all families across the globe.
Magiliano nagpaskaw sa ninitanan. Para sa Christmas, gusto ko pantalon, t-shirt, nagsapatos.
And we are back on Talk of the Town. This time, the Philippine American Association of Connecticut, or PAAC, is a veritable Filipino-American institution in the state of Connecticut for more than 50 years. From a group of young Yale University Filipino students and healthcare professionals coming together to have a home away from home back in 1965, PAAC itself has grown into an instrument for the preservation and promotion of Philippine culture. Here tonight, Talk of the Town is the PAAC Rondalia performing Pasko na Sinta Ko. Okay, Chris, question. Have you been naughty or nice? What do you think? Are you naughty or nice?
I can't answer that.
Yeah,
And even
because
if I could,
you
I
were
won't.
naughty, you won't be able to win our Amazon HD tablet. But
Ay, oo nga.
wait, you could still win if you like the Facebook page and subscribe to our channel on YouTube as well. And we will be picking our winner later on. But let's pause for a minute and acknowledge our sponsors. We have Lead Consulting, Kababayan Media, Design District Studios, the Law Office of Cristina Godinez, and the Philippine Daily Mirror, and our growing community of lifers who continue to support us and promote our show to friends and families. Great.
And speaking of support and promotion, Nair, someone special has come to Talk of the Town to deliver a holiday message. Abangan po ninyo si Congressman Manik Manaog. So, Nair, meron pa tayong mga reminders for our viewers?
Well, yeah. But if you are not able to catch the first part of our program or you want to catch the whole program after the broadcast, don't forget you can watch this episode on our YouTube channel after the broadcast. If you want a topic, an issue, or something of interest to be talked about, please do write to us at info@pinoylife.net. Up next is Rewind with Professor Noel Pangilinan.
Magandang gabi po. Welcome to this month's episode of Rewind, your home for everything Philippine and Filipino-American history. Ako po si Noel Pangilinan. I teach Filipino, Philippine history, and Philippine literature at the College of Mount St. Vincent. 80 years ago today, in 1941, Filipinos experienced what is perhaps the darkest Christmas in modern history. On December 8, Japan attacked the Philippines just 10 hours after Japanese planes bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. Thus began the Japanese occupation of the Philippines during World War II. It would last until Japan formally surrendered in September 1945. World War II resulted in 4 sad Christmases in the Philippines. But let's switch gears. Remember, this is the season of joy and cheers, so let us play a game instead to test how much you know about that period in Philippine history. I will cite historical truths or fallacies and guess whether it's fact or fiction. Okay, let's start. Filipina comfort women, fact or fiction? It's a fact. Dr. Evelina Galan, a professor at the University of Miami, wrote a book, Lola's House, Filipina Women Living with War. It was published in 2017. In her book, Professor Galang said there were about 400,000 women and girls systematically abducted by the Japanese Imperial Army and forced into military rape camps all over Asia. In the Philippines, more than 1,000 women were coerced into sex slave camps. It was only in the 1990s that 174 of them came forward. Maria Rosa Henson, or Lola Rosa, was the first Filipina comfort woman to tell her story publicly in 1991. She published her autobiography in 1996, Comfort Woman, Slave of Destiny. In December 2015, Japan apologized to the women in South Korea. But until today, Japan has not issued any apology to the women of the Philippines. Next, Marcos's War Medals. Fact or fiction? It's fiction. This is false, fake, and fraudulent. False, because the late former dictator Ferdinand Marcos did not receive the war medals that he claimed that he received, according to the National Historical Institute of the Philippines. Fake, because the guerrilla unit that Marcos claimed that he had led against the Japanese was fictitious. The U.S. Army's repeated investigation concluded that no such unit ever existed as a guerrilla organization during the war. Fraudulent, because the U.S. Veterans Administration and the Philippine Army itself found in 1950 that some people who had claimed membership in a group called Maharlika had actually been committing atrocities against Filipino civilians rather than fighting the Japanese. Moreover, the so-called Maharlika members had engaged in what the U.S. Veterans Administration called nefarious activities, including selling contraband to the Japanese. And lastly, the Yamashita Treasure. Fact or fiction? I would say fiction. World War II legend has it that war loot stolen in Southeast Asia by the Japanese Imperial Army was supposedly hidden in the Philippines. This became known as Yamashita Treasure, named after General Tomoyuki Yamashita, the last Japanese military governor in the Philippines. One book said the Yamashita gold, or part of it, was recovered by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency and used the funds to finance the CIA's Black Ops, or Dirty Wars, during the Cold War era. At least two Filipino historians, however, said the legend of the Yamashita Treasure is exactly just that, at best a legend and at worst a myth. More than 75 years since the end of the Japanese occupation in the Philippines, there have been no credible proof to establish the existence of the Yamashita Treasure. So mga kababayan, did you like this episode of Rewind? Give me your thoughts. Please write on the comment section of this webisode. If you have topics that you want us to talk about, let us know. You can send me your comments, suggestions, and questions at noel@pinoylife.net. Please like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kita-kita po tayo ulit next month. Ito po si Noel Pangilinan, nagsasabing maligaya at masaganang Pasko at bagong taon na puno ng pag-asa at malaya sa COVID-19.
Ang pangalan ko ay Avian, Sabarinfeld ako, and ang wish ko is that I want everyone to have a good Christmas and have a good meal with their family. And for everyone, I want overall peace and unity with the world. So, bye guys!
Kumusta ka? Ako si Daniel. Nakatira ko sa Long Island, New York. Ang Christmas wish ko ay good health para sa aking pamilya at good grades sa susunod na semester sa kolehiyo. Merry Christmas, everyone!
Hi everyone, I'm Rowena Manito Magan from Quezon City, Philippines. I'm an employee of a property development company. Wishing everyone a safe and blessed Christmas. Happy holidays everyone, and my Christmas wish and prayers is for us to already have a COVID-free and a pandemic-free world. We are claiming and praying for this. God bless.
Go.
Hi, ako po si Andrea Dobe at taga-Austin, New York po ako. At sana ngayong Pasko, we can all be thankful and appreciate our friends and family. We've had a crazy year, and hopefully this Christmas will be a warm and a beautiful one.
Okay, a veteran theater actor, Lawrence Martinez's quick comic timing and tenor singing voice has enthralled audiences locally and internationally. His recent works include Repertory Philippines, a comedy of tenors, which earned him the Gawad Buhay citation for the Best Actor category. You will probably remember him for his role as General Tomas Mascardo in the 2015 film General Luna. Friends, Talk of the Town is proud to welcome Lawrence Martinez.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at the nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight, 'cause they know that Santa's on his way He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Okay, and we are back. New Jersey City-based Philharmonics began as a Sunday choir at Our Lady of Mercy Parish. They have been performing not just liturgical songs, but also some contemporary and original Filipino songs. Bound by friendship and a strong passion for music and social service, Philharmonics performed for us tonight the song A Voice Cries Out. Ladies and gentlemen, Philharmonics.
A voice cries out, prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be lifted up, and every mountain made low.
spend time with my family since I'm not able to because I'm away at college. Another wish of mine for this holiday season is for everyone to make the best of memories, including around the world, especially sa Pilipinas.
Ako si Celine Lavazay, taga Bergenfield, New Jersey ako. My wish is to spend more time with my family this Christmas.
Ako si Janelle, taga Bristol, New York ako. Ang tanging hiling ko ngayong Pasko ay matapos na ang pandemya para unti-unti tayo bumalik sa ating normal na buhay. Hinadalangin ko rin ang malakas at malusog ng pangangatawan para sa sarili ko at sa mga mahal ko sa buhay. Merry Christmas!
Go! Hi, my name is Jan. I'm from the Bronx. Sana ngayong Pasko ay maging masaya mga tao and a happy health for my family and friends in the Philippines.
Pasko ka na ba, Ner?
Yes! Lalo na dun sa special guest natin, ang ating pasabog later on the broadcast. But before that, our next guest is one of the Philippines' most sought-after leading ladies today in musical theater. Through the years, Sheila Valderrama Martinez earned numerous awards, including Best Actress in a Musical, Best Supporting Actress in a Musical, and Best New Female Recording Artist, among others. Marami pa yon. So, without further ado, Talk of the Town is proud to bring you a powerhouse figure in Philippine musical theater. Here is Sheila Valderrama Martinez.
Hi, I'm Sheila Valderrama Martinez. Merry Christmas, everyone.
December is the time of year, families gather far and near, friends and neighbors spreading cheer at Christmas. Excited little girls and boys opening their treasure toys, bringing lots and lots of joy at Christmas. Let the bells and the carols ring as angelic voices sing of Christ our Savior born this day. His love will lead the way. He's the Prince of Peace that we revere, to his message of love that we adhere. When there's peace on earth, glad tidings all abound. Come and celebrate the season with joyful, happy sounds. Love today, every day, that's the message to be found. Celebrate the Christmas spirit all year round. Let the bells and the carols ring as angelic voices sing of Christ our Savior born this day. His love will lead the way. He's the Prince of Peace that we revere, to his message of love that we adhere. When there's peace on earth, glad tidings all abound. Come and celebrate the season with joyful, happy sounds. Love today, every day, that's the message to be found. Celebrate the Christmas spirit, share the blessings all around. Spread the joy and peace of Christmas all year round.
Ako si Neo Escovinas, taga sa Clifton, New Jersey. My one wish this Christmas is for the COVID-19 pandemic to cease.
Hello, my name is Jacob. I'm from the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And my Christmas wish is for all this COVID stuff to end. I'm really getting tired of it.
Oh, hi, my name is Nikki. I'm from Belrose, Queens, and this Christmas I wish that all my friends and family will be happy and healthy this holiday.
Ako si Shani, taga New York ako. My Christmas wish this year is just to be happy all year round.
Ako si Thea. Ang wish ko sa Pasko is for my knee injury to be healed.
Chris.
Oh, awit tawanan, di ba? Ngayon tawanan.
Yeah, harmony and humor. But first, we'd also like to thank our greeters for those wonderful holiday messages of hope and optimism. Thank you very much. And especially the millennials. I mean, their love for our katutubong ika nga. Diba?
And now, Nair, eto na tayo
Are
sa
you
ating
ready?
special guest. Oo, everybody ready? Actor, director Leo Martinez broke out as your favorite traditional politician or trapo, Congressman Manik Manaog in the 1989 political satire Mongolian Barbecue. Naalala niyo pa ba yon? Not only did the honorable congressman get the Philippines laughing, he got many Filipinos thinking. When a bill was introduced in the Philippine House of Representatives that sought to stop the portrayal of politicians as corrupt and criminal, he famously quipped, "My role as a corrupt congressman has no term limit." Talk of the Town is honored to bring you Congressman Manik Manaog with this holiday message.
Ito po ang inyong abang lingkod, Congressman Manik Manaog from the Lakas Tama Party at your self-service. Gusto ko lang pong batiin ang aking mga kaibigan na bumubuo ng Talk of the Town at saka syempre ang aking mga kababayan abroad, lalo na diyan sa New York City, the city that never sleeps, kagaya ko, pag busy tayo. Ayan, maligayang Pasko at masaganang bagong taon sa inyong lahat. Alam niyo mga kababayan, pag Pasko, very hectic para sa aming mga politiko. Bakit? Abay, pagkakadami po naming inaanak ay siyempre pinagkakaguluhan kami ng aming mga inaanak para makatanggap sila ng regalo. Kanya kailangan ko pong gumawa ng procedure para kayo'y mamasko sa akin dito sa aking bahay. Simple lang naman pong procedure ito para lang maayos ang pagbibigay ko ng regalo. Unang-una, magdala ng recommendation galing kay Santa Claus na kayo'y hindi pa niya nabibigyan ng regalo. Yan. Kung ikaw naman ay minor de edad, abay di magdala lang ng NBI clearance, ng police clearance, ng barangay clearance, at syempre magdala din ng recommendation galing sa Fire Department at syempre sa Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Fisheries at syempre from the COMELEC. Simple lang po. Number 3, magdala ng picture ng inyong binyag na kasama ako na nakangiti at aninag ang aking pagkagandang lalaki. Yan po ang supreme proof na kayo'y inaanak ko. And number 4, kung tapos na kayong mag-aral, dalhin lang ang diploma na nagsasaad kung anong kurso ang tinapos ninyo, ano ang degree ninyo. Hindi po importante kung saan kayo nagtapos, kay Harvard University, Wharton, Oxford University, o saan mang kolehiyo yan kayo nagtapos. Ang importante po, may diploma kayo. Aba, ay kung wala kayong diploma, abay, alam naman ninyo kung saan nagpapagawa. Diyan lang ang sa recto Corner Avenida Rizal. Diyan kayo magpagawa ng inyong diploma at ipresenta mo ninyo sa akin. Yan po laang ang mga requirement para kayo makatanggap ng pamasko galing sa akin. At syempre, ngayon po, next year po, eleksyon na naman. Kaya may bilin din ako sa inyo. Alam ba ninyo na ako'y hindi pa natatalo sa eleksyon? Bakit? Abay, syempre, nandadaya ako, namimili ako ng boto, at nananakot ako ng butante. Yan ang tinatawag na guns, goons, and gold. Ngayon, sa susunod na eleksyon, kandidato na naman ako at maraming katulad ko. Ang masasabi ko lang sa inyo ngayon, pag nanalo pa naman ako sa eleksyon dadating, ay anong klaseng tao naman kayo? Ha? Yung po lang, ito po ang inyong panlingkod, Congressman Manik Manaog from the Lakastama Party at your self-service, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Napag-isip-isip na naman tayo niyan.
Yes.
Pero napag-isip-isip na naman tayo.
Maraming salamat, Congressman, sa inyong mga tips para sa inyong mga inaanak at yung tip nyo for the elections. So, make an informed decision next year. Okay?
So I guess we're wrapping it up, Nair.
So we're wrapping up this holiday episode of Talk of the Town, right? Kung sino man yung mananalo, kasi hindi pa nasasabi sa akin, but we will PM the winner of our Amazon Fire HD tablet. So abangan nyo sa mga messaging nyo. So, on behalf of the Talk of the Town, Ricky Rillera for Balitaan, Professor Noel Pangilinan for Rewind, Attorney Chris Godinez for our immigration updates, Lambert Pamram for Community Bus, Ralph Sampson in our control room, and of course Jay Acuna, our video editor in California. This is Nair Martinez, bidding you all a good night. Have a Merry Christmas, maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon sa inyo lahat. Kita-kita po tayo ulit sa January 22, Jueves. That's January 22, Thursday, same time, streaming live on FB 2022. Visit www.PinoyLife.net. So, on behalf of everyone, good night. Keep talking.